The other thing, since we're on the iPad to show, is you can create a targeted product list. This is going to appear, I happen to name mine product target list, and rather than allowing the users simply to create walkarounds, you can also kind of call attention to certain products by this. This is configured completely from the back end. Let me move my iPad off the screen and go back to eoStar. Got screenshots for you guys on the PowerPoint. So this one's sound close to the other. Records, customer, product targeting rules is what it's called. Just a couple spots above the retail. This can help because you can create multiple product target lists and you can use it for specific things, whether you want to help the salespeople remember what goals they have, or you're trying to move some things that you're overstocked, so you're really going to try and push this specific light beer that you got more in stock than you expected, or maybe you have seasonal things and you want to get the summer ales out before your fall and October stuff comes in. You can help create these lists and it'll appear down on the handheld, and you can assign it depending on what criteria you'd want. So to create a new one, we'll go to Records, Customer, Product Targeting Rules. Here I've got one demo target list. That's what we saw assigned to that Walmart. And here's a web description. So this one takes a little bit more to set up. It's not hard, but it gives you some more options and power in the back end. I'm going to extend eoStar a little bit more here. So if we're creating a new one, I'm going to choose to name this one Admin Session. What you name it here for the product target rules is creating a rule. This is for you on the back end to check. But what they see in their handhelds is going to be set up over here on the configure. So there's a field for web text description, and you can choose to name this anything you want. You can name it goals, or you can name it this is what I see. And this is what's going to come across onto the iPad, where you should be able to see that before I had the one named product target list, like that. That is because my other product target list I chose in the web description field to name a product target list. So here we're going to name it goals. I'll shorten this to see me. And then you can choose a start date and end date. So you can go ahead and create these before you get into August if you're trying to push the August goals, or you get the seasonal and you want to get them out there. You can already create these and they won't appear on the handhelds until these are in effect. For this case, we're going to set it up for this month. And then I can choose what products we're trying to push. So this has the regular kind of ion product selector, so I can choose anything I want. Maybe I'm just going to be moving some diet products. And I can choose to put it to all customers, or I can look for certain drivers depending on what you'd like to do. In this case, for the sake of the example, I'm going to move it down to my Walmart customer set. You can also have specific customers if you wanted, or you can even deploy it by chains or sales channel. I'll buy to a bunch of people. After you're done, you go ahead and click Post, and you created the product target list. If I go back here, we'll back up and resync the iPad and get our new information. Click to sync, choose full sync. Successfully completed. Now we'll go and run route. Since we deployed it to Walmart, I'll go into Walmart, create a new order, and now we have the product target list that you saw before, right there. And we also have our new one called Goals See Me. So I'm able to force down the products that are going to be on the list. So now if we're looking at the iPad, you can see the product target list that we had before, and you can also see the Goals See Me. So I was able to choose the products and add it on here. Then I can go, when I'm in an order, if I'm trying to create a new order, create specific sales, I mean, these happen to be out of stock, but I can look at it. I can target these first, just like you could go and say look at your promotions if you wanted to and make these sales. And then both the promotions and the product target list can work together, kind of create a base so you can make first target. Your employees can go ahead, look right away, see what you're trying to push, and then they can go about their normal routine. If it's going and doing the walk around, they can do that and start creating the order. But they can all work in conjunction, and that way you can kind of put it out to the handheld. You can set them up ahead of time. It gives you a little more control of what's out of the norm, and it'll pop up and be right here on the display. And you can have multiple, so you can have one for goals, you can have one for going out of season, whatever is fitting you, and you can set them up based on the chains or the service type that you want to go. It can help you do a lot of things. Beyond that, the rest of the device follows pretty similar to what you can do with eoTablet. You can set up surveys, you can do tap surveys on here,